Okay, quick update on the rocket. I was going to do an 18-month one, but it's 20 months now or so. What with time doing its thing, it's actually 2 years and 10,000 miles under the wheels. I had said in my first video that I was going to put mid-set pegs on because the front ones were just lifting your trousers up every time you go fast and it blows water up your legs. I wanted to put on a proper mud guard because of all the mud that came out the back. Got that from Trick. I'll put a message in there. Trick something. What else? Oh, it's all go here in Biarritz, I tell you. Oh yeah, the back tyre, that lasted 7,500 miles. I could have quite easily got another 2,000 miles out of it. But because I was coming to France, I didn't want to risk it. You know what the old gendarmes are like around here. But they're actually quite nice. They're quite good guys. But I didn't want to risk it anyway. So the bike's absolutely filthy. Oh, there are some nice bikes here. Anyway, look at that scrunch on there. Pulled into a diesel station, diesel all over the place, and the side stand slipped back up and I fell down. Oh dear, what a pity, never mind. Another thing that the Triumph hasn't got is a helmet lock. Simple little device. I could do with one. As for the rack, I'm impressed about how easy it is to fix it to the bike, but I'm not impressed with its capacity. 3 kilos or 6.6 pounds, that would just about hold my sandwich box. That is, if I could find a way of attaching it. Because as you can see, that is not really practical, is it? Oh, it fits on there, right in the middle, where you want to put your load, so to speak. It's scratched easy, it's only had a bag on it. A lot of money for a pointless thing. You think Triumph would have this right. To swap for the mid pegs, you have to put on a new brake line. Fair enough. It wants to go behind the tab there, so that end is at 90 degrees up there. If you do put that behind that tab, this is then pushed up too far and will not go up underneath the engine. So if I just show you there, that now will go up underneath the engine, but if it's up another 45 degrees, it goes straight into the engine. And this end, instead of being like that, ends up like that. Not very good for 400 and something odd quid. And even then, you've got to swap your old foot pegs, put them on, 400 quid, and I've still got to use the old dirty foot pegs. See if this shows it a bit better. There it is in place. It is on that sort of angle. If I brought it round to there, it would be on that sort of angle and go straight into the body of the engine, to the sump there. So it's in the right place for there. Can't go any higher. So you come down here and this is 90 degrees out of where it should be. So I'm going to have to twist it round and hopefully it'll still fit. Which is not a Mr. Kipling sort of scenario, not exceedingly good. You get a male and a female gear change. I'm using the female up there, but you don't get a rubber for there. So if you need one, you've got to take your old one out, which is a bit tarnished and perished. And for 400 quid, now I've got to go and buy one of those because I can't get those screws out of there, and they will just shear off because of the cheap Chinese metal they use. So you spent £400 on new foot pegs, but you don't actually get a foot peg, you just get half a foot peg. Come on Triumph, get your act together. Apart from all that, well, it handled beautifully, it went really well, took motorways in its stride, took little French villages in its stride, went all the way down, did quite a few miles, I don't know, 500-600 or whatever, a couple of days, and I still love it. In Biarritz at the Wheels and Waves, both my brother and I had a go on the live wire, the old the Harley live wire, and the acceleration is about the same as the live wire. Well, the live wire and the rocket were about the same sort of acceleration. I did like the live wire, great, but it doesn't look very good. Whereas the rocket, I think it looks really good, and there are very few modern motorbikes I can say that about, because I'm, you know, from the 70s, as you can tell by the haircut, which has not changed since then very much. So yeah, I still love it, and apart from the rattly engine and the few niggles here and there with it, and the fact that Triumph like to charge a hell of a lot of money for the stuff that they sell, even the fact that little bits and pieces cost way more than they should, CC for pounds, the price of the bike is very good. And the riding position of the live wire is not to my taste. It's too hunched forward, it's not a comfortable ride. Whereas the rocket is, for me, at 6'2", it's a very comfortable ride. The handbars are in the right place. I had the higher ones as opposed to the lower ones which you get on the R model. For me, the rocket is great. I love it. If you're thinking of getting one, or if you've got one, good on you. See you out there on the road.